showed you this before, but it was in the middle of one of the long videos before I realized that I should make separate videos for each thing I'm showing you. So it got lost, I think, in that video. And also, some people are just so adverse to the word tofu that they didn't even look. But if I keep this really short, maybe you'll at least look at the video. So, and I'm not saying that you should try to eat this stuff plain or anything. Yuck. And this is a block of tofu, so it is, the texture of tofu that some people say is slimy. And that's why we're using all these other meat substitute products instead, because they're not the consistency of tofu. But if you get a block of tofu like this, and you divide it into 4 sections, this one, because it's the silken light tofu, firm, has 30 calories for each of those 4 sections. If you bake this, and I've got the oven going on 400, if you bake it with different spices and you cook out some of the sliminess, for lack of a better word, you cook it dry. And in so doing, well, I don't know how to describe it, but it's not like you think. And then you can use this, so I bake it in my oven with different spices, and then I put them in little baggies in my freezer, and then some evenings if I don't feel like cooking too much, you know, I don't want to do a stir fry, I make a nice tossed salad, and instead of putting bacon or egg or lunch meat on it, I put one of the little baggies of the baked tofu, and that gives me an awesome source of protein without a lot of calories. Got some simmer frying in action here. So for each wedge, you could use a butter knife or something to cut them into smaller pieces. And keep your little, 4 sections separate so you can flavor them separately. And you just open your spice drawer and be creative. You can put garlic and onion powder on one section. You can put chili powder on another section. The chili powder one is really good to have on salad with the Walden Farms Thousand Island flavor of salad dressing. You can use any Mrs. Dash, and you can use cumin, garlic, turmeric, anything to give it a little bit of flavor. It's going to absorb that flavor, it's going to have a drier consistency, and it'll be great on a salad. Sorry for having to take care of these other things at the same time. Okay, so back to the tofu. I'm going to use a Mrs. Dash. I don't know if you can see me. And I always like garlic. I think I'm going to do garlic and oregano on that. Oregano is always seems to be the biggest container in there. Then the chili powder, like I mentioned, because that's really cool. Comes out good. Now I need one more. Nope, that was nutmeg. Turmeric. Nice, I think, Indian spice. There. I think that's good. So just like this, I have 4 sections of tofu with different spices. I'm going to bake this until it's dried out. So it might be 15-20 minutes. And I will show you when I have finished spiced tofu. The tofu is done, and I'm going to bring this on in so that you can see it. And as I said, you just scoop these 4 sections into individual Ziploc or any kind of sandwich bag. Throw them in the freezer. And then when you want to have a salad one evening after work or for lunch, you just toss the contents of your baggie onto your salad. So this is how I do it. I just put each one in a little bag, and I know that each one has 30 calories of protein. Don't know what else to say except because I think that you should give it a try. It's a very lean source of protein, and there are benefits to eating tofu. Heart health and possibly cancer prevention. Better to eat tofu than to have all those different soy products, which aren't really evidence-based. Most of the evidence that supports having soy comes from actual foods, not from powder shakes and such. But I'm going to zoom in on this, and that's it for video making for today.